Welcome back to WCI-TV, sponsored by Tower MSA Partners. I'm Bob Fryer, and joining us here is Kristie Dudley. She is the COO of Tower MSA Partners. First of all, thank you for your sponsorship.
Yes.
Very kind and generous. Let's talk about empathy, because empathy is just a human, natural feeling that one hopefully has towards other people. But at Tower MSA, you all have a philosophy in place to make sure that you're empathetic toward the injured workers, correct?
Yeah, so as a Medicare secondary payer provider, we don't often have direct involvement or interaction with the injured worker,
Okay.
which makes that component a little bit difficult, like the claims examiner or defense attorney. But an internal pillar we've developed are what we call the 3 C's, the care, cost, and compliance, with the care being the first. And oftentimes, care doesn't mean the most amount of care. We don't need a ton of treatment. And so when we're developing and preparing Medicare set-asides, we want to make sure that we obtain all medical treatment necessary, medical records to review, and then we confer with the parties that do have direct communication. The claims examiners, defense attorney, they're the ones that interact and kind of know the situation. And then one thing that we do is we reach out to the treating providers to clarify. CMS is very objective in how they have us allocate, and sometimes this objective nature leads to frustration and over-allocating the future treatment. So confirming information allows us to provide the most cost-effective, compliant allocation, but with a main focus on what care is absolutely necessary for this injured worker.
Yeah, it is easy to let a person become just a number when you're not seeing them every day, when you're not dealing with them. When you start putting together your MSA reports, is what goes into creating that report, does that lead towards the empathy towards the injured worker?
Sure. So when we're dealing with a Medicare set-aside or Medicare compliance, you're often dealing with an older individual or someone whose disability, and this disability will preclude them from going back to their prior occupation. And so making sure that, as I said before, documenting this information, providing the most accurate future medical care, provides credibility to our clients in that we have dotted our I's and crossed our T's with the future medical treatment. But also, a lot of our clients do submit to CMS, the MSA to CMS for approval.
Okay.
And having that, should the treatment exceed the MSA, so the MSA funds runs out, then Medicare will properly pay for that treatment post-settlement.
Yeah, because it's not a crystal ball. You can't know everything that might come into play years down the road.
You're exactly right.
Does this empathetic process that you have in place, does that follow through all the way through the settlement process?
Gosh, yes. So anything that has to do with Medicare probably scares people. It's the unknown. It's something that isn't widely known to everybody. And so having a settlement team is extremely important. And so our clients that have developed this team really shows empathy towards the injured worker, and they're trying to answer the questions. They're trying to develop a process to where they feel comfortable and safe settling out these claims and really allaying the fears. And that settlement team consists of the claims examiner, defense attorney, us, so your Medicare provider, and also professional administration and structured settlement. So making sure that you have an appropriate team to answer these questions and being available really helps the settlement process go a lot smoother and eases a lot of fears for the injured worker.
Perfect. Enjoy the rest of your week here at WCI. Kristie, thank you so much for stopping by the studios.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
WCI Studios, sponsored by Tower MSA Partners. We'll see you soon. I'm Bob Fryer.